Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today, we have part 1 of a 5-part series here. I made my own top 100 for the 2025 recruiting class. This video took a very long time to make. Weeks and weeks of film on these guys. You know, going back, watching old games or huddle highlights. Whatever one it was, it did take a very long time. With that being said, I would appreciate it if you guys did press the like button and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it. Starting at number 100, we have Bryce Baker. He's a quarterback committed to North Carolina. He comes in as the number 12 quarterback. Here's my scouting report on Bryce. He's a two-sport athlete who has excellent athleticism for the position. One of the better dual-threat quarterbacks in the class. For as good of a passer he is, I'd say his biggest strength is creating after the play breaks down. Mobility is his biggest strength, both on scramble plays and quarterback design runs. Not a finished product when it comes to passing the ball, but the touch and accuracy down the field is there. Often throws into double coverage, but that is more than fixable at the next level, obviously with coaching and as he matures as a player. Learning to read a defense more will only help Baker. Coming at number 99, we have Sesu Alofetuli. I have him as the number 7 interior offensive lineman. He is committed to Miami. He's not the biggest offensive lineman by any means, but he plays a lot bigger than his size. At 285 pounds, he has a good lateral movement and is very good at pulling. I'd say that his biggest strength is pulling on run plays. We talk about defensive linemen having quick get off the ball, but I'd say that's important for offensive linemen as well. Alofetuli has some of the best get off on run plays in the entire class that I saw. Improvement in pass blocking will be important for him, but that will come with added weight and being able to anchor. Next up, number 98, we have Charles Ross. I have him as the number 5 linebacker, and he is committed to LSU. At 6'1", 200 pounds, Ross will have to get stronger and add weight for the next level, no doubt. But the reason myself and others are very high on him is the raw athleticism he possesses. The speed and agility combo he has is elite and ready for the next level. I don't anticipate him to play as a true freshman, but he does have that position versatility that may allow him to do so. He won't be able to play off-ball linebacker at his size, but he has played the star position in high school. This is a project you take a chance on since there's a good chance for boom rather than him being a bust. Next up, we have Jamar Beal-Goins at number 97. I have him as the number 13 corner in the class, and he is committed to Texas A&M. Beal-Goins, he fits the theme of this cornerback class. The physical traits, athleticism are through the roof. The frame is ideal for the position. I anticipate him to start at corner. Capable of field and boundary and has great ball skills for the position. That's probably the reason I'm so high on him as a prospect. He owns the speed and height, but has great awareness for defensive back. He tracks the ball well, turns into a wide receiver on defense, which is very important to me. I'd say the most important thing for him is adding strength while fine-tuning technique like most freshmen do when they arrive in college. Next up, at number 96, we have Alvin Henderson. I have him as the number 6 running back, and he is committed to Auburn. One of the most explosive backs in the country, had 10 touchdowns in a game this season. Very compact build for a running back at 5'9", 200 pounds. He runs hard and has great top-end speed. Reminds me of Jahmyr Gibbs or Alvin Kamara with his short area quickness. You can see he understands how to set up blocks, and that goes back to the short area quickness that he has. He has a knack for hiding behind blockers and then taking a quick burst to reach top-end speed in no time. With his speed and vision, I think it's going to be very hard to keep him off the field at Auburn. Number 95, we have Adonis Curry. He comes in as the number 12 corner, and he is committed to Texas A&M. He has good height for a corner at 6'1" with an ideal frame. I'm not as high on Curry as others, but I will say he has a ton of potential. One thing I want to see him improve on is movement in space. I don't think he has the most fluid movement, but that's fixable. Now, Curry is a menace in press coverage. I'd say that's his strength and will be his strength going forward. Long wingspan and very physical at the point of attack. Good at coming up and run support, likes to tackle and track down ball carriers. Hoping to see him in one of the All-American games. I think that's a huge opportunity for him. With all that being said, I still have Curry at 95 and number 12 corner in the class. Coming in at number 94, we have De'Son Brame. He's also the number 6 tight end. He's committed to Tennessee. I've been keeping an eye on Brame and watching him play for the past 2 to 3 years. You can always see how versatile of a player he can become. At 240 pounds, he plays more of like a big receiver in a tight end body. Very quick, with good speed at his size. Stands at 6'6" with an enormous catch radius. At the next level, I expect him to be more of a slot guy than an end-line tight end. Not much of him blocking, but he certainly has the size to do so. Going to Tennessee, there's a good chance he shines in the passing game and gets very advantageous opportunities. Number 93, we have Jalen Gilchrist. He's also the number 6 interior lineman. and he is committed to Maryland. With Gilchrist, there's some real juice here, both in pass pro and run blocking. He plays through the whistle and gets off the ball very quickly. At 6'5", 300 pounds, he can probably move outside the tackle. Myself, along with many others, see him on the inside due to possibly struggling with speed rushers off the edge. Keeping him inside also allows him to play to his strengths of downhill run blocking, getting up to linebackers. Pairing him with another big offensive tackle at the next level could create a devastating run blocking combination. Coming in at number 92, we have Darren Akingbon. Now, I know I probably butchered that name, forgive me for that, but he comes in as the number 10 defensive lineman, and he is committed to Georgia. Another player with crazy potential that's only scratching the surface, has a ton of energy on the field and plays through the whistle. Also plays are the name of the game with him. Tackles down the field, chase downs from behind, and I think he's a better pass rusher than people give him credit for. Currently stands at 6'5", 250 pounds, with the ability to play multiple positions across the defensive front. I think he would excel the further out he is. I anticipate him playing more of a 5-tech or 7-tech primarily, with the ability to line up at 9. Needs to get more physical in the run game, no doubt, to go further inside and line up head-on with tackles and guards. Will fit perfectly in Georgia's defense. Adding strength early on will boost his chances of playing early at the next level. Number 91, we have Derek Smith. He's also the number 2 athlete for me. He is committed to Auburn. It's unknown where Smith will play at the next level, let alone not knowing if it's going to be offense or defense. Personally, I think he'd excel on offense. I see him as a slot receiver with the ability to line up in the backfield and be a weapon as a ball carrier. It'll be interesting to see what Auburn does with him, given they recruited him for both offense and defense. He could bring some speed and some serious juice to an already tall and very physical wide receiver room. Something to keep in mind, his brother is also going to Auburn to play receiver. But in conclusion, expect Smith to find some time on the field in some capacity, whether it's offense or defense. Coming in at number 90, we have Jermod Odoms. He's also the number 11 offensive tackle, and he is committed to SMU. Odoms, he's going to be a project going forward based on his lean build to this point. Moves well and is an excellent pass protector. One of the more gifted tackles in the class in terms of athleticism, and he shows that when lead blocking. Has no problem getting outside the block defensive backs or pulling to block linebackers coming downhill. He could have a huge impact early on if he adds the necessary weight. As of now, he's 6'6", only 275, but once again, he's a project you can't pass up. I'm a huge fan of Odoms and what he can potentially become. Next up at number 89, we have Matt Zollers. He's also the number 11 quarterback for me, and he is committed to Missouri. One of the biggest risers in this class, the frame and athleticism he has for a quarterback has many people excited. I'm not as high on him as others simply due to the fact his rise was based off projection more than what he's done. With that being said, he's 6'4" with a good enough arm. He's best when extending plays and going off script. A lot of his best throws and moments are when he's on the run outside of the pocket. Improvement from the pocket and not leaving the pocket so fast are things I'd like to see moving forward, but he's very capable of eventually being the starting quarterback at some point at Missouri. Number 88, we have Andrew Marsh. He's the number 11 receiver, and he's committed to Michigan. Marsh is a player I think is nowhere near their final product. He's not the tallest or the biggest receiver, but he understands the position. Very good after the catch. With added strength and size, Marsh will be able to get off checks and press coverage much easier. That is something he struggles with. He's not a dink and dunk type of player, more so he looks for the big plays. This is a guy that you just need to get the ball to and let him go. I project it may take a year to see meaningful playing time, unless he does add that strength as a freshman. I'm a huge fan of Marsh and what he can become down the road. Number 87, we have Keody Armstrong. He's the number 5 tight end for me, and he is committed to Texas A&M. One of the biggest tight ends in the class, standing at 6'6", 250 pounds. Now, despite the size, Armstrong is a very fluid athlete that can operate in space. There's a real possibility we're looking at an offensive lineman that just happens to play tight end and catch passes. He's very physical and matches up well when blocking defensive ends. No doubt, I think Armstrong can see the field next year, whether that's as a red zone option or a bonus tight end offensive line package. We'll see what Texas A&M does with Armstrong in terms of position, but nonetheless, there's tons of potential with him. Next up, we got Jaden Woods at number 86. He's also the number 8 edge rusher, and he is committed to Florida. Position versatile player with very good measurables. As of now, he's 6'3", 240. I probably view him as a stand-up edge guy with the ability to slide down the D-line. Good against the run and sets a hard edge regardless of how many guys are trying to block him. The way Florida plays defense and their plan to rotate guys in, I can see Woods being a third down guy right away. He has the juice you want to see off the edge, relentless effort, and good bend. He doesn't typically show a lot of moves other than just going around or through the offensive tackle. Number 85, we got Grayson Littleton. He's also the number 11 corner, and he is committed to Texas. Littleton currently holds 43 offers, which goes up against the best players in this class. When you run the tape, you can see why he's so highly coveted. He has good size for the position, as he doesn't blow you away in the height department, but makes up for it in physicality. With that physicality, he also makes up for his lack of top end speed. He's fast, but not a burner in this class. Very few corners in this class though have the awareness that Littleton has. With that, there's a chance he gets some playing time at safety, or maybe even a man-to-man slot corner. The sky's the limit for Littleton. Coming at number 84, we have Eric Winters. He's also the number 9 safety committed to Auburn. One of the more physical defensive backs in this class. Has a great frame to succeed at the next level. He's already 6'2", 200 pounds. On film, there's a lot to like on both sides of the ball. He also plays quarterback and is an excellent runner, which speaks to the level of athlete he is. Now when on defense, he gets up near the line of scrimmage and is very physical in the run game. No doubt he'll be a strong safety or a nickel player at the next level. He has the coverage skills to play in the slot or come up and cover tight ends. I project him to get an early look at playing time when he gets to Auburn. Number 83, we have Javion Hilson. He's the number 7 edge rusher, and he is committed to Missouri. Standing at 6'3", 240 pounds, Hilson is another versatile player in this class. He can play standing up or by putting a hand in the ground. For his size, he moves well and gets off the ball quickly. He's nowhere near his final form in terms of athleticism, and that shows up on pass rush. He needs to get better at rounding the tackle and staying balanced. That will all come with better bend. He's great at power rushing and defeating blocks in the run game. When watching defensive linemen and edge players, I look at effort through the whistle, and Hilson is no exception to that. He plays with relentless effort off the edge and tracks down ball carriers from behind. I'm not sure if Hilson's going to get a good look, maybe in year 1 at Missouri, but this is a guy with a very high ceiling. Coming at number 82, we have KJ Lacey. He's also the number 10 quarterback, and he is committed to Texas. Now, Lacey was the MVP of the Alabama-Mississippi High School All-Star game. In that game, he did what he's done the last 5 months. Showed us that he's one of the best passers in the class. Not only in the pocket, but outside the pocket, he's very good. He has a very good understanding and awareness of when to leave the pocket. One thing he does struggle with is forcing throws. That obviously works for him during the regular season, but in the All-Star game, he threw multiple forced passes, and 2 of those were interceptions. Now, Lacey can be an ideal quarterback for Sark at Texas. Getting the ball to playmakers will be no problem for him. He also impressed during his time at the Under Armour All-American game, but I'm just going to go right back to what I just said. Once he leaves the pocket, he thinks that he has to make a play. Honestly, the best thing for him will just be to learn to throw the ball away, and obviously that's coachable. Other than that, there's a lot to like with Lacey. Coming in at number 81, and the final player for the video, we have Bo Jackson. He's also the number 5 running back committed to Ohio State. Jackson is a freak athlete that just happens to play running back and get the ball nearly every play. At 6 foot 205, he owns great top end speed and can run away from secondary defenders. He doesn't shy away from contact, looks to run through the defenders. One thing you can see on film, there's not much resistance, and that's due to the competition that he plays against. That has raised some question marks to some scouts. For me, I think he would have had a great senior season anywhere. Now, with some of the lack of competition at times, does he really have to make reads on runs? Maybe not, but once again, when he gets the ball in his hands, anything can happen. Some people may be shocked just by how early he makes an impact at Ohio State. He's an early enrollee. His body is not far from being ready, and he's a dynamic athlete. Sky's the limit for Jackson. Hopefully he does reach that potential. And with that, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Like I said at the beginning, this takes a very long time to put together, and it'd be greatly appreciated if you do press that like button and subscribe to the channel. With that, I'll see you on the next video.